a YouTube short film that focuses on the trauma. No, let me generalize it. That focuses on what women go through or what married couples go through after their first child. Or sometimes it wouldn't be their first. Sometimes after their subsequent children. Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Movies. I'm Lydia and I'm your host for today. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at a YouTube short film that was emphasizing on the fact that women need to especially women in relationship, like a woman who is married, the husband still needs to support the wife after birth, because that is when you need the full support. This was the first child of this woman. She goes to deliver. Initially, before her pregnancy, newly wedded couple, there's going to be love, there's going to be support, there's going to be, everything will be in place. When you get married, there's still going to be, when you get pregnant, there's still going to be all these. They might or might not drop or might not reduce. So she goes to have a first child, and she was thinking, you see, sometimes women will think when a child is introduced into the family, it's going to make the family grow and flourish, and my husband is going to be happy and all that. But when they go into it and then they have children, that is how it's supposed to be actually. When you start having children, it's supposed to bring home happiness. It shouldn't be a burden to the family. It's supposed to be a blessing. But when your expectations are not met, then you become frustrated. You start using all sorts of things. So this film throws light on the fact that women need support. Women need support even after they have their first child. Not even after. When that is the most important stage in a marriage, like in marriage. After the child, that is when the woman needs a lot of support. After the woman realizes that the husband is changing, the husband becomes this, she actually feels a bit disgusted about his wife, she has given birth, and sometimes too, you have friends and relatives giving you bad advice. Oh, what, your wife has given birth, so does it mean you're going to stay in the house all day? Does it mean, see those? But if you're not selective about who you listen to in terms of this, you're going to do things to ruin your relationship. So in this film, the woman was expecting the support of her husband before the childbirth and after childbirth. She got it before childbirth, but after childbirth, it was a bit it wasn't straightforward initially. You get the love because there's a fresh baby, but as some weeks come and it becomes stressful, when you're not lucky, you're going to go through a whole lot of depression, a whole lot of frustration. So after I watched this film, they said they actually gave the percentage of women who go through this. They have high expectations during pregnancy and expecting that when they are done with their first child, their husbands are going to support them. But it turns out otherwise. Some husbands even go to an extra mile of cheating, sleeping away from home. When it is said that when you start having children, you are going to gain weight. So if you don't become careful, or if you are not a bit observant in terms of your weight gain, you are going to overload it, and your husband is going to get tired and is not going to like your shape as before. But this shouldn't be so. This film, I really liked the storyline. They really portrayed it well. You could see that it wasn't highly budgeted, it was a low budgeted movie, but it was able to transfer the message. It was able to convey the message. When you finish watching it, you understand the perspective that the writer or the producer of the film came from. You really get the points that he or she was trying to make in this film. In this film, the lady was fortunate that eventually her husband came back to his sense. Eventually he realized his mistakes. In some films, it doesn't happen that way. Not even in films, in reality, sometimes it doesn't happen that way. The husband just has that attitude from start till the child grows, and to worsen it, he'll still be like, you'll still be producing children, and it's going to cause broken homes and like premarital divorce. Is like, I don't know how I even say, but you see a couple married for 3 years and then boom, they divorce. They are not pre-planned. I don't know how I should say it. They are not pre-planned before they go into the marriage. They feel marriage is all about happiness, and I'm not married though, but I see some things around, and this film has also thrown light on the things I see around. So the advice I'll give is let me just generalize this. The film is good. It was able to convey the message that we are supposed to know, that women go through this stage in life. They feel they are not enough for their husbands again right after having children. They feel they are no longer beautiful. They feel they are no longer competing. Like, I don't know. They feel so they go the extra mile. The one we watched, she decided not to eat. She was someone who has delivered fresh. Instead of eating more like, because she's breastfeeding, so she needs to eat more food, she was rather taking fruits because she didn't want to gain weight. She was wearing corsets. Like, I was like, are you for real? This is the time you need food. But the husband is acting weird. The husband, is and he had some friends advising him to pass somewhere. Your wife has given birth. She's not ready for you again for a while now, until the child is like 2 years. So you have to divert and do something. Well, you're not careful, you are going to be swayed, and before you realize, or by the time you come back to your senses, it's going to be too late. So for this film, it told that we were fortunate to see the husband realizing his mistakes and coming back, and it wasn't too late. That the husband came back. In some relationships, it becomes too late, and then it ends up in divorce. It ends up in unnecessary things that could have been avoided. So yeah, I really enjoyed this film. After one, I have forgotten the channel I watched it. I've forgotten. I'll add it to the description, so that, and the link to the movie. It's very educative. Parents, we are supposed to educate our children, especially when they are going to marriage. Both men and women, or both the males and females, we are supposed to educate them that marriage is not always white. There are blacks, and there are rough days, and that, especially during pregnancy, before, during, and after. There's supposed to be a mutual support. It's not a one-man job, because it wasn't only one person who produced the pregnancy. It was a two-man job. So if the child comes out, it's supposed to be a two-man job. Yeah. So I want parents to educate their children, because this is something that is becoming it's becoming unbecoming. You see people having children because they want to please their husbands. They give their children to someone else to take care of, and so that they can work on themselves and all that. I wouldn't say it's not really necessary. If you want to work on yourself, do it for yourself, because you feel the need to do it, not because you want to impress your husband. No, I don't really agree to that. If you want to get a flat tummy, if you want to go back to shape, do it because of you. Do it because there's a story that the woman was doing everything for the husband because the husband didn't want a fat girl. Until eventually it came to light that the husband actually impregnated someone. Imagine doing all this for your husband, he goes out to impregnate someone. So I wouldn't say that you shouldn't work on yourself, or you shouldn't do anything for yourself. But in doing so, don't have the mentality that you are doing it for someone. You are doing it for yourself. The only person who cannot disappoint yourself is yourself, because you are your own motivator. So yeah, that's what the film is about. I'll add the link in my description. I've forgotten the channel, but when you type After One short film, I'm sure you'll find it on YouTube. And I liked it. I like it. I don't really have anything bad or negative to say about it. After the film, we realized that it was low budgeted, but they were able to convey the message to teach we the youth or newly wedded couple or new parents that it's not always easy. It's not as easy as it seems. Yeah, so I'll end here for today. Let me know your thoughts on this. Have you seen it? Anyway, this film was recommended to me by Patricia Abija, and yeah, you can check her channel out. Till next time, bye.